2008 marked one of the worst financial recessions of modern-day history. One of the most affected segments in the United States was real estate. Of those states worst affected, Nevada, Florida, and Arizona. Today I'm going to show you an insight and the certain tips that can help make you money in this resurgence in Arizona real estate. I'm your host, Michael Banovac, and welcome to Arizona Real Estate 101.
Listen, all you mother...
John D. Rockefeller, the richest man in the history of the world, with an adjusted net worth in today's times of $666 billion, once said, "The major fortunes in America have been made in land." I tend to agree. However, the trials and tribulations in the short term can be seen too hard for most to handle. That's why in real estate you have to have two approaches. Either A, a very short-term approach as seen in modern-day fix and flips, or B, a more methodical long-term approach where you acquire good long-term hold residential real estate assets, pay off the debt on those properties, acquire new ones, hold them, and in the meantime make a sustained cap rate through rental income and, more importantly, the income you will generate on the appreciation of the home down the line. My expertise is in residential real estate, so when I refer to the general term real estate, that's what I am referring to. Over the long term, statistics have shown buying and holding income-producing assets in good areas will sustain larger profits than simply holding them for the short term. In this short introductory segment, I'm going to give you an example of one of current listings, which would be a great buy and hold residential single-family property for an investor. Now, many people might ask, Mike, how am I going to afford this? You know, I have family to take care of, I have bills, I have other obligations, I don't have the income in order to do this. My response to you is, there's a will, there's a way. If you don't have the money, look at OPM. What I mean by OPM, other people's money. Look at people you may know that have money, that want to make more money, and in turn, you can use their capital to possibly make you money and make them more money. It's a win-win. But no one is going to invest money with you unless you have an idea of what you're talking about. So let's take a look. Let's take a look at an example. I'm going to pick one of my office's listings, and the reasoning I'm doing that is because it's a great deal. Let me tell you why. This particular listing, address 6504 North 14th Place in Phoenix, Arizona 85014, so you can look it up yourself, has been in the market a little over 200 days. Surprisingly, that happens because it's poorly marketed, it's listed during the wrong time, people see it, it slips through the cracks. So what we have to do is look at something like this, and any broker or agent will tell you that if it's on for a long period of time, you have a motivated seller, and that's the truth. And it's reflected in the purchase price. The home was originally listed for $335,000. Now our offices are asking $285,000 for it. So this home, renovated in 2012, is a little over 2,100 square feet. 4-bed, 2.5 bath, beautiful 2-story, basically brand new. So what you have here is something you can buy and rent out immediately. Let's look at the numbers. Let's say you purchased a home for $275,000. Your down payment using an investment loan, which I highly recommend you do because it boosts your earnings over the long term by using government money basically, is anywhere, your down payment's going to be anywhere between 20 to 25% down. That's the usual investment requirement. So let's say you put 20% down. At a 3.5% 30-year fixed rate loan, Your down payment's going to be $55,000. And let's say you rent it. Rental comparables for this home are anywhere between $1,600 to $1,850 a month. So let's say you get $1,700 a month. That'll make your rental income yearly about $20,400. Now, that's if you rented it for 12 months. Most likely that's not going to happen. Your vacancy rate is anywhere going to be between a month or two. Instead of $20,000, let's say you're making $18,500, $19,000, okay? Your fixed expenses are there regardless. You have insurance costs of $1,100, taxes $2,600, monthly expenses and fees including HOA and what have you. This is yearly, $2,400. Total payments to your loan, it's about $11,844. Your total expenses are about $18,000. So your cash flow yearly from year one is about $1,000. Now, you have to have a reserve fund in case something goes wrong. So let's put $500 or $1,000 away. So right there, you're thinking to yourself, well, wait a second. That leaves me with $1,000, maybe less, of cash flow in year one. That's true. But again, this is long term. This isn't short term. So you're looking long term. Cash flow and what you're making for rental income is pretty much minute. The real money comes from appreciation. Statistics will tell you that Maricopa County in good zip codes, single family homes, newer builds are going to go up in value over the next 3 years, anywhere between 7 to 11%. Let's say 9% property value growth a year. That increases your yearly addition to net worth $31,700 year one. The reason your yearly addition to net worth slowly goes up is because A, you're building equity. The home is going up in value because it's been so depressed over the past several years. And you're making rental income to offset your everyday expenses. So taking these numbers into account, which are pretty realistic, in 6 to 7 years, remember you invested $55,000 initially, you're going to have in equity in your home a little over $100,000. So in 6 to 7 years, you almost doubled your worth in that property. Do it again. If you keep continually doing this and keeping and holding, and if we get a crazy, 04, 05, 06 extravaganza like we had, then sell them and start over when things do get depressed. But overall, buy, hold, take the money you make, reinvest. Asset portfolio management over the long term will help you become a wealthy individual. Remember, this isn't for everyone. You have to have patience. You have to have virtue in long-term mathematical truths. Until next time, this is Michael Banovac wishing you a blessed holiday season and a happy new year. Bye-bye.